Hey now, welcome to the OBL Hockey Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. I'm TZ, your host. I'm here with my co-host, Gregg Jackson, Double G, Double Two, Double Trouble. We're here again in beautiful Country Club, Denver, Novo Coffee. Beautiful fall day in the Mile High City. Greggy and I are coming fresh off the ice from DU at Friday morning skate. Great day so far. Not a bad way to start your day. Excited about the podcast today. We're going to be talking about the NHL, the Bruins, the Blackhawks, St. Louis Blues, Colorado Avalanche,
Montreal.
Of course, the Montreal Canadiens. We have to work them in because of Noah.
Yeah, my best friend's newest son-in-law. Yeah.
So, as you say, new son-in-law. I'm coming fresh off of a wedding weekend of my daughter, Sophie, and her new husband, my new son-in-law, Jackson.
Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Good name, too, by the way, for him.
Yeah.
Jackson.
It was an incredible weekend up in Lyons, Colorado, headquartered out of Boulder and Lyons. Just couldn't have asked for a better weekend. Beautiful weather, beautiful day, beautiful celebration. So riding that wave.
You're a blessed man, Pat.
I am.
Yeah, you really are.
I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed with a beautiful family. My immediate family and extended family and friends. Talked about the OBL Hockey Podcast, so hopefully, this week we'll have some of those people like it, follow it, which reminds me, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us a like, give us a follow, tell your buddies, tell your lineies about the OBL Hockey Podcast. We're trying to grow it here in Colorado, trying to grow it all over the
worldwide
with the beer league hockey community. Just wanted to say a special shout out this morning. There were a couple kids from the Heritage team skating with us this morning. I think they're on fall break.
Good
Just wanted
players.
to say thanks, boys, for coming on out. You're welcome all the time at the Friday morning skate and Wednesday mornings when we do that. But remember, tell your buddies about the OBL Hockey Podcast, and we'll get you on the podcast. We'll get you a hat. I already gave you some stickers, so remember, put those things all around. So let's catch up on the NHL. And
Why not?
Let's start with the game Wednesday night, featured on TNT, on the national broadcast. My Chicago Blackhawks against Addy's St. Louis Blues. And if you haven't heard, it was pretty much a blowout. It was such a blowout that they started their goalie, Hoffer. They pulled him. They put Binners in. They pulled Binners and put Hoffer back in. The score was 8-3. Really shows some promise in the young Blackhawks. They have some fight. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs? No.
Well, I'm not you. You asked you don't think so. No, I don't think so, but I think they're going to come close.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be fun to watch. I know that game was fun to watch, and it was a great rebound after the embarrassment at the Winter Classic on New Year's Eve last year, where they got embarrassed at Wrigley Field on their home field. So it feels good to be a Chicago Blackhawks fan.
Bright future, right?
It is a bright future, and just in the immediate time, savoring a win like that against the St. Louis Blues really feels good. They had a great game against our other friends, Montreal Canadiens, last weekend. Two young teams, fun to watch. Noah Dobson, Lane Hudson,
Demidov,
Frank Nazar. There's a lot of fun talent. There's a lot of great skaters. There's some great hockey that's going on. So if you ask me, I'm excited about watching the Blackhawks. I think that they're going to be pests to some teams throughout the year because they've got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They're young, and I really think that Jeff Blashill and the coaching staff of the Blackhawks came in, and everybody talks about culture. It's been 3 years of that. This coaching staff has come in and it's really inspired and lit a fire under this hockey team where they're going out and they're playing as a team. They're playing with an edge. I like it.
Yeah, that Nazar kid is unbelievable, isn't he? He's going to be a major talent.
Did you see that goal where he took the goalie out?
Yes, I did. That's how you got to go hard to the net.
Kept us up on the Bruins.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Well, I'm going to see him this weekend. If any of you are going to be at the game, come look me up. My wife.
Up in the comments.
Apparently, my wife got good tickets, and I'm excited to see the Bruins. I'm going to wear my Bruins hat and go with my wife and son. The Bruins are in, I think, kind of a similar situation with the Blackhawks. And by the way, you mentioned the Blues. I think, Maddie, sorry, I know you're singing the Blues right now, but the Blues are a playoff team. Let's face it. I know the Blackhawks beat up on them pretty good, but still early in the season. By the way, I've never heard.
I think it was 8-3.
8-3. I've never heard of a team pulling the goalie, replacing the goalie, and then putting the original goalie back in. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't.
Maybe he got injured. Why would you do that?
He was like, no, take me out.
Well,
I don't want to. My nose is not fitting my mask today. I need to change my diaper, whatever it is. But didn't want to stay. So, and when Binner wants to go, Binner goes.
Well, they can be somewhat temperamental, those goalies. Notwithstanding Guy, he's always just our goalie, sometimes goalie. And Shawnee, our goalie on the beer league team. Those guys are just always steady. There's never a lapse in their attitude. They're always positive, quiet. Well, he's not as quiet, but Sean, obviously, he's a quiet leader, makes about 50 saves a game. But back to the Bruins, I think that they're a rebuilding team. Half the team is played in Providence last year, Providence Bruins. But they still, they have a core and they're a bigger team. I think they're going to come close to making the playoffs. And I think that they're going to have to do pretty much what the Blackhawks have done and the Montreal Canadiens over the past few years, which is they really need to get back to building that bench and to not trade away all of their draft picks for one or two guys who might make a difference in the playoffs. That's where they're at. It's sad to say, but I'm still going to watch every game on Nessa this year.
They're rebuilding. It's painful as a fan, but you get into those spots where you get into win now mode and you do what you have to do to win now, and then you hedge it on the future, and then it takes some time to rebuild.
And then it's more gratifying because you've waited, you've been patient. Not everything in life is immediate, guys. You got to grind, you got to work, and sometimes that entails, as a fan, sitting through the dry years.
Yeah.
When you're rebuilding.
Yeah.
It makes it worth it when you're like, wow, I maintained my fanhood through all those difficult years. Yeah. And I don't think the Bruins, it's going to be like 5 years down the line. I think next few years, they're going to be back in the playoffs and back to being the Boston Bruins. I could be wrong. Maybe they make the playoffs this year. Who knows?
Same with the Blackhawks. I know I listen to my boys on the CHGO Hockey Podcast, Jay and Mario and Gregg. Another Gregg.
Probably single G, though, on his name. I got 2 G's on the end of my name.
But listening to those guys, they sum it up really well. Yes, it's been hard the last few years, but this team is different. It's time to get excited again. It's the 100th year of the Blackhawks. So it's just exciting. It's fun to watch.
It could, there's always those surprise teams, and the Blackhawks could be one of them. I will say about teams that are that did make the playoffs last year, the Montreal Canadiens. I think they're going to make the playoffs again, and I think that they're building something pretty special in Montreal.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I do.
You mentioned it before. Young talent. That game actually was last night, Thursday night, but down 2-1 with like 15 seconds left. And then Lane Hutson makes an incredible, on an empty netter, makes a save. I think it hit him up high. It was a legit, block. It's gutsy when you're, the NHL facing an NHL shot, and then immediately had the presence of mind to just bring the puck down and make it just an unbelievable, just hard pass to Cole Caulfield at the blue line. Cole Caulfield skates to the net, short sider, ties the game, and then wins it in overtime. That's pretty special. And then, what I noticed afterwards, and maybe if any of you guys saw the game, the entire stadium stayed after the game and he was interviewed. They are crazy about their hockey in Montreal. Crazy.
Yeah, I would love to go to a game in Montreal.
It's like a religion up there. And I am going to be going to a game, I think in December or January. There's my best friend, shout out Jeff Sorolik, from Ambitions Hockey, best hockey schools in the country. I don't think they're an official partner with the old Beer League Hockey Pod, but maybe they want to be associated with us. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see what we can do. We'll talk about Pro Ambitions all day long.
We promote him nonetheless. I was at the wedding, just a blast this summer, but his daughter married Noah Dobson, who's just a phenomenal kid, great kid. Very, very humble, signed a huge deal. Very happy for him. They just got a new dog, by the way. Cute little dog. They're living up there in Montreal, Quebec. And I think that is going to be, because I thought he played great when he played for the Islanders, but I think he needed this switch in his career. New city, kind of new beginning. And I think he's going to do some phenomenal things with Lane Hutson on the point. They just got so much talent there that I can't see them not being in the playoffs again this year. And I personally think that they're not only going to win one round, but I think that they might even win 2 rounds in the playoff. That's how good they are. What do you think of the Canadiens? The talent there is just unbelievable.
Fun to watch. A great coach. Hence,
Yeah.
Tough market, but be fun to watch.
Who else do we need to talk about? Put in the comments if you want to hear us talk about any particular teams. We can't talk about like all the teams.
No. But the Avs, to be honest, I think the Avs, they just played the Dallas Stars. They got beat by the Dallas Stars, who, if you remember, I picked to be the Stanley Cup champions this year. And it was another chance for Mikko Rantanen to really establish himself as a Dallas Star against his old cohorts and teammates
who
at the Colorado Avalanche.
Who couldn't come up with an extra couple $100,000 to retain him.
I guess not, but I know that Nate got married this summer and Mikko was at the wedding, and so they're still boys, but it still has to be really satisfying to go against your old team that you won a Stanley Cup with, and now you move down, they're putting the team on your back. It's got to feel pretty good.
He's the star of the Stars.
Yeah.
And it's just, can you imagine how good the Avalanche would be this year in particular? And I'm picking them to actually beat the Stars and then probably play Florida in the finals. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's other teams that could make it, but imagine how good they would be. It would be unbelievable if they were able to retain him at the end of the season. They added so much talent. The goaltending is phenomenal. They got a great backup goalie. It's either them or the Stars, but then again, you can't count out Edmonton in the West either.
No, long season, 5 games in, 2 weeks in. So you can catch us up next week because you're going to the Ball Arena this weekend to see the Avs play the Bruins. So you can kind of catch us up.
I'm going to get there early because I like watching the warm-ups. I don't know about any of you guys. You guys like watching warm-ups? Put it down in the comments. I love it because they get the music pumping and it's just amazing. The stick handling that these guys do.
He's got their own little routine and
the breakouts and like how fast and just they make it look so effortless.
Yeah. Hockey players, goalies especially, all have their little quirks, how you get dressed, what you put on first. Me,
you put your helmet on first.
I'm a socks and guards and pants.
Then pants, yeah. I would do that, but how do you get the pants over the skates?
You got to be flexible.
Okay.
Now, I will say that you could rip your pants.
It's dangerous, but you like living on the edge.
I love getting to the games early. It's fun watching all the kids down and out looking at all the signs and for all the players. I love going down the Ball Arena when there's other teams in town like Florida or Boston, the Blackhawks. Eddie and I went to an Avs Blues game last year where the Avs blew the St. Louis Blues out. Good times at Ball Arena, great fan base. I think they do a great job from experience perspective. Before the game, through the game, after the game. I usually, try and get out of there and beat the traffic.
Yeah.
Because I gotta drive down south.
I'm excited.
You can catch us up on what the Bruins and what the Avs look like in person. Now we have some catching up to do on Oldman the Way.
Let's talk about beer league hockey, shall we?
We are currently 1-2.
Could have been 2-1, but we didn't win.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
We lost the first game. I missed the second game against the new team, Shepley Joe. So I want to talk about them in a second because we did come away with victory 4-2. Different look to that team, as I understand. I wasn't there. Different look to our team that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this week, Monday night, 10 o'clock, Dirk Danglers. We took a dangler on the chin with the loss.
6-5. We lost, right?
Yeah, we lost 6-5. We mounted a bit of a comeback there at the end. They're a good team. We beat them before. We were missing a couple guys. No excuse. Except like Matty McGee. He really makes a difference. Wednesday last week.
Yep.
With the 4-2 victory. Tell us.
Oh, obviously we came up with a win, which was great. They had a couple of female players on their team, and they were really good. They were like 2 of their best players.
Matty said there are 2 or 3 really good skaters, and that 2 of them were the girls.
Yeah.
So that's a different look.
Yeah. You know what?
A different look. Good for them.
Yeah.
It's a beer league hockey is for everybody. It's the ultimate destination.
Yeah. We all end up there someday. It's not a question of if, but when.
Okay, back to the game.
Back to the game. Yeah, Shovelly Joe's. Still don't know what that means. I think I asked somebody during the face-off, like, what's the deal with your name? And he didn't answer me. He looked at me, just kind of like, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Is it a bar? I mean,
kind of sounds like it.
I'm not really sure.
Is it a play on words?
Shovelly Joe's? Let us know in the comments if you guys have any idea what that's referring to, because I don't.
Yeah, and we are the official podcast of the South Suburban Hockey League.
Yes.
We want to really promote
the
Denver hockey community and, again, beer league hockey community in general.
Yeah, it's not all about Olden in the way, but I pull for us. Now, I will say this. What stuck out to me about that game was that we did something that we should be doing on every game, which is finding open ice. And what I mean by that is keeping the feet moving. You always have to keep your feet moving. No one should ever be standing around when you don't have the puck. At least a little bit of movement. And what I remember from that game is that we were spread out in the offensive zone. We were moving the puck well. And there should never be, I don't think, any instances where when the puck is on the point with a defenseman and you have two guys forwards in front of the net. One guy should be in front of the net screening the goalie, right? And then the two wings should be kind of spread out in open ice, giving options. And that's something that, we all think about things on the way home or in the shower or laying in bed, like, what could I have done differently? And there were some instances where, I was in front of the net with another forward and I was like, okay, he's not moving. I'm going to find that open ice. I just thought, like, those are things that I don't know if we should have a practice, or I struggle with that. Like, should we talk about those things before the game? Because you don't want to get like too tactical.
I think it's to have a game plan is always good. It's tough when you've got different guys on different lines on different weeks, but those are things that we need to remember. It's simplifying the game. Beer league hockey is get the puck on net,
crash the net,
pucks on net, the extra pass. It's most of the time you're gonna turn it over, or it's not gonna work. It's better to take the shot. But and then also we have a lot of trouble getting out of our zone sometimes. It's because everybody kind of gets down a little bit. And you watch every team against us, they always have somebody. You know who is a good example of that? Take it from a Friday morning skate like this morning. Stuart Clark. I know if I'm playing back on D and he's on the dark team that week, I know he's always going to be right up.
Yeah.
I mean, blue line to blue line, so you can you
rim it,
or you put it up there. It's a great escape to get out and have possession through the neutral zone. But we, because we constantly throw the puck up the boards and it gets up to their defensemen and they, make D-to-D passes, and we end up spending a lot of time in our zone. So simplifying the game, spreading out, make them cover you in our defensive zone too. Be a threat to get out of the zone, to take a pass, suck one of their defensemen back. So do you remember who scored in Shovelly Joe's? You remember? And really, it doesn't matter.
Probably Nate. Nate probably had a couple. I think Maddie McGavin had a nice goal, if I remember correctly.
I'm having a tough time with the new crossbar app. Brad is going to have to help me out. I'd like to see the stats. I understand from what Maddie and I talked about that we definitely outshot Shovelly Joe's. So I always look at the shots. The other thing that we haven't talked about yet is that Guy Coffey played great and stepped up. Shawnee couldn't be there. One of the rare occasions that Shawnee has to miss. Luckily, we do have some backup goalies in the network, in the fam.
Yeah.
But if push comes to
we got a good stable of goalies.
I mean, if push comes to shove, Guy will play. I mean,
but we need him on the point. He's solid on the point.
He stood on his head. So thank you, Guy, for stepping up and putting the pads on. You're always an inspiration to us as to being multi-talented and faceted. Great
human being.
Or 1-1 after 2 weeks.
Yeah, 1-1
to that we can
get a winning record,
and hoping that we can start a streak.
It
takes two to start the streak. So we play Dirk Danglers. They're a good team. They got some quick goals. I know that Guy and I were playing D together, and I think it was 6-5. I was -7. So
I mean, I don't know what the hell's going. I actually thought that I played relatively well, but I look back and
I thought you looked good out there.
how many goals were scored when I was on the ice. A win when I'm not there, it's got me questioning some things. But we'll save that for another.
Yeah, I
Another
I wouldn't look too deeply into that.
Yeah.
Just because we won the week that you were there.
Maybe I don't come next week.
Test the theory out.
Well, it was tested out the last week. I wasn't there and we won.
I think we would have won if we were missing some. Let's just be honest. We were missing some really good players this week that I think could have made the difference. But it's beer league hockey. People have plans. Things come up. They got to work. They got to travel. So we understand. Not to make excuses, but I definitely think we would have won because they're a good team. They move the puck well. The Dirk Danglers, love the name. They have some skill. I know we shouldn't be losing to the Dirk Danglers. And we're going to be playing them again. And hopefully Brad will do a better job at making sure that people show up to the game.
Block off every Monday and Wednesday night from 10 to 12. Just block those off.
Just be there. Yeah. Just show up. I don't want to hear that it's late. You're going to bed at midnight on Monday or Wednesday night. Yeah. Simple as that. Quad Americano, greatest drink known to man.
4:30, 5 o'clock on game days. And then, it's like a slow drip.
No excuses.
So then hop on the bike before.
You don't miss.
You don't miss. You get warmed up. Even though we lost, you had a really pretty goal.
I appreciate it. To make it 6-5. And it was all because of a great play that our teammate, Joshy, who is just, Josh Means is coming back from injury.
He's been a guest.
That he's a great guest. He is a phenomenal person. He's a great beer leaguer, always makes the smart play, always has his head up, shoulder checks a lot. He knows who's going to be open before he gets the puck. And that's what he did. He held it behind the net. What do we have? I think a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
And it was easy for me. I just found like a little bit of open ice in front and then went high, upper corner. It felt good. How did it look? Looked like a good shot?
Pretty well.
Tried to pull it in and just lean on the stick.
Yeah, it maybe wasn't as fast as it seemed.
I waited.
You did. You waited. You made a great play.
Thanks, Patty.
It was a pretty goal.
But it wasn't enough.
Top shelf. That wasn't enough.
But we came close afterwards because about 30 seconds later, we had the puck deep in their end. I think we had told the goalie and just whacking at it in front and couldn't put it in. But we came close. It was a valiant effort.
So, Greg, you're not going to be there next week. We'll miss you. 10 o'clock. We'll report back next week on the pod on what happened against the new team, the great team that's been together for allegedly a long time. We'll see what they have. Or I know that this morning, Devin is a founding member of Ultimate Life. You could believe that.
Is he really? I thought
I had to remind. No, he was.
I thought it was you and Matt.
Goalie.
Oh, first goalie
of the first season.
Okay.
It was a summer
season 1.
I believe it was like a summer session, and we got in, and Dev was our goalie. Devin, founding member, always great to have him back.
Nice job recruiting him in the locker room this morning too, by the way.
And you too. We did it together.
Got to be proactive. I mean, Shawnee's not going to be there. That's like desperate measures.
Yeah.
Desperate times call for.
Yeah, because it's something that we rely on as good goaltending. But I think a focus, spreading out, talking.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk on the ice, the game slows down a little. So make sure we're talking and chirping.
Mm-hmm.
See if you could do it at the same time.
It's important.
Yep. Stay high in the zone. Make some good passes. And we can't get too far behind too early. We need to come out and score. Our goaltending is top notch.
We have the best goalie in the league.
Our defense is, depending on who's there, pretty good most of the time.
We got some good additions, though, this year.
We do have some good additions. Next week, I'm going to talk to some of those guys.
Oh, you're going to do some, look at this. We're going to do some live interviews in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be live.
Well, but, in the locker room, like before, after the game.
I want to get to know some of the new guys a little bit better. Brett, Tim, James, Seth, and
Blake. What are you going to ask them? Like, what's your favorite color, your favorite food?
Since you're not going to be there, you're going to have to tune in.
Okay.
Friend.
All right.
So,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll get to know some of the new guys on Old in the Way. We'll do a little post-game celebrating flying the W, as they say in the north side of Chicago.
It'd be nice to win.
It would.
Make us 2-2.
512 teams in the D2 division. A lot of competition. We've got those, the teams that are perennial at the top. But we'll see. We've got these new teams that are coming in that are okay.
If everybody shows up on our team the majority of the season, I think we're going to be in contention. That's what I think. With the goaltending that we have, the new additions, we have cohesion. A lot of us have been playing together for 4 or 5 years. Don't count us out. Don't let our name fool you.
Yeah, never count out Olin in the way. That's for sure. The fight until the end.
It's in our nature.
It's the best room
Yeah.
in the league for sure.
We love hockey.
Great skate this morning.
Magnus Arena, DU,
Yep.
national champions. We're so fortunate to be able to play there on Fridays. Thanks to Jeff Zucker. Shout out Jeff Zucker.
Check out the late game.
Great movie from what I hear. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to watch it.
Yeah, check out great hockey movie. Jeff Zucker,
Producer. Yeah.
And our buddy Jeff Tyner wrote and directed it.
Oh.
Jeff Tyner wrote, Jeff Zucker, along with producing, also stars in it. But it's a great hockey movie. It's actually the inspiration for the podcast because it is about purely hockey and just how great it is. Check out the late game movie. Check out the late game, the podcast. It's on Netflix, Amazon, Apple, everywhere. It's one of those great hockey movies that you'll love if you haven't seen it, and tell your buddies about that one too.
And if you have seen it, leave the comment down below. What do you think of the movie?
Yeah.
Leave your review.
Pass it along to the producer and the director.
Always good to get feedback.
It is. Fun skate.
You and I battled a little bit. We battled a little bit. You were on the dark team. I was on the white team.
Yep. It was a little physical.
I cross-checked you in the back, I think.
You did. So did Guy. Checked me in the back.
It was a lot gentle cross-check, though.
I mean,
if there is such a thing.
I need to be stronger on my skates, is what that means.
You get to have a strong base.
And that's fine.
Did he knock you over?
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. That's part of the game, but it's fun.
It is part of the game. And I love the fact that the guys that you can skate hard against. Not that you don't skate hard against everybody, but you're not going to go in there and pin anybody up against the boards.
One of the 13-year-old heritage kids.
Yeah.
Or 16. Point well taken. Yeah, you got to know who you're battling with and whatnot in these type of skates.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Great goaltending.
It was. They never switched, so the goalies on the Friday skate 5 goals against. They switched sides, so they never switched today. 2, you guys came back 4-4. Then we scored 5, and it was like
they never switched.
They didn't switch.
So in an hour and 15 minutes, no team scored 5 goals?
No, we did. That was going to switch, but we did get a little extra time this morning. Thanks to Drew at Magnus Arena.
He knows we like to skate.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing coming up, he's going to let us hang out there for an extra 15 or 20. Probably should get him something. Oh, we do? Oh, okay. I'll have to kick in for it, I guess.
It's like a secret Santa.
Some brandy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like
it's a good thing to do.
I skated 3 times this week. Great week. Monday, Wednesday morning, Friday morning.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's overachievement.
Maybe I'll get a little bit better. I got to work on the hands. It's okay. I got the tarp up.
Do some shooting when you get home.
Yeah, I would
a little bit.
I would like to be a little bit more effective on the offensive side.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed that you've improved significantly on is your deception. Little head fakes, little shoulder fakes. Hockey's just a game of deception. I'm constantly working on it too. Just little juice. Speaking of DU hockey, do they have any hope of maybe contention for a national championship? I haven't even really followed them since my buddy's son graduated. A shout out Chris Capone. Capper Capone. He's playing, by the way, in Europe right now. I'll share this with Chris so he can watch it and send it to his kid. He set the record. Connor Capone, most games. He had the COVID year, which helped him, but still, it's a huge accomplishment. And Chris sent me a couple of videos of Connor, and he's a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he's a physical player. He always takes the body, always finishes his checks. And, they don't play that brand in Europe necessarily. They're a little bit more finesse and spread out. And I think they play in bigger rinks. Don't have your head down when Connor Capone comes in the neutral zone, if he's around. I think he's number 22, by the way. Double deuce.
Must be inspired by his dad's buddy.
Must have been.
Jackson.
He must have watched, some of our, before his practice at DU.
Double G, double deuce. Did you notice Coach was watching us for a little bit? Not Coach Carl, but one of the assistants.
I did not notice that.
He whispered over, "Hey, does that guy over there, not number 22, have any eligibility left?"
Today?
Yeah, I think he was talking about the 92.
92.
But I mean, Guy is the reason that we're stuck in the P2 division. Thanks a lot, Guy, for playing 100 years ago in college.
Fucking Gee.
Before we wrap up, tell us about your trip to Ann Arbor a couple weeks ago.
It was phenomenal. My best friend, Jeff, Pro Ambitions Hockey, he played defense at Providence College. We got a partner with him. Jeff and Jimmy Hughes, father of Luke, Quinn, and Jack Hughes, who you guys all know, playing the NHL. We stayed. It was a spur of the moment. I was going out there to take care of some stuff. They played at Providence College back in the late 80s. Jeff and Jimmy. And Jimmy is an agent for CA, which is a sports agency. And we stayed at their house. We went to Luke and Quinn and Jack have a house together and on the lake in Michigan. It was just beautiful Ann Arbor weather. And we went over to their house. We went jet skiing. And then afterwards, I did sleep in Luke's bed, which was a little strange. But I mean, it was kind of cool. See pictures of, well, I'm just saying, I mean, it was in, that's where I slept. Luke Hughes.
Sorry. We'd love to have you on the pod sometime.
Yeah.
Though, Luke.
But
anybody, maybe, I mean, if we could just knock it all out and get the three of them on together.
We'll get them. We'll reach out to them.
Hopefully.
I think they're pretty busy, but we'll see if we can get them on. Here's what I do want to say about Jimmy Hughes is a phenomenal person. I stayed at their house for the weekend, and Ellen Hughes, who is affiliated with the U.S. Women's Olympic team, which she was going to spend a week. Phenomenal people, most down to earth, literally the best host. I just had the best time in the world because we went to the Michigan game the night before the hockey game. But being in that Yost Arena was a once in a lifetime thing. And those kids, they call them like the children of the corn because, you know, maize and yellow, but they were rocking. And Ann Arbor, go blue, baby. Big game tomorrow.
No.
Big game. Grew up in Michigan. Didn't go there, but yeah.
It will be a big game.
It's a comeback game. They'll win. 27-17. It'll be another ass kicking because we're just gonna keep gelling and refining. And Ohio State, it's in their head. We're in their head. It's in Ann Arbor. Clock control, just like every year. Keep them off the field. Go blue. I don't even know if we want to keep that.
This is great. Anyway, yeah.
And the second part of it is Jimmy Hughes, who is kind enough to get us field passes. And I've never been on the field before. I've been a Michigan fan since I was 5 years old, you know, watching Bo Schembechler on a black and white TV in my room, hyperactive me, like trying to mimic every play, crashing into the bed. It was special being on the field with those guys. And they're gigantic. They're ginormous. Hallowed ground. And we saw the whole warm up. We were out there for like hour and a half. And it was special. And then Jimmy got us great seats. Saw the first half in the stadium, and then we went to a person's house. They were having a tailgater in the house. Actually, it was an alumni of one of the guys who played fullback, Henderson. It was just a special day, and I was like a kid in a candy store. Tried to keep it under control the best I could. Muzzle, straight jacket, but it was special. It was a blast.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Great story. I've been to the big house hundreds of times. Never been on the field. Pretty cool. Listen, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for the story. Tune in next week, the OBL Hockey Podcast. Tell us that you like the podcast, like it, subscribe, tell your buddies, tell your line mates, tell your friends. And if you comment on YouTube or Spotify or Apple and you say, hey, send me a sticker, I'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, just pop it in an envelope.
And we're going to get some new hats made. And so we're just trying to
show them your hat, Pat. That's a great looking hat. And thank you, by the way, for giving me one. I'm going to wear it today.
Thank you, Greg. Again,
it was a blast. Always fun.
Everybody, we'll see you next time on the OBL Hockey Podcast. Take it easy.